or 10 years regardless, one or the other.
Yeah, right. Thanks everybody for having me. My name's Patrick McNichol. I live right down the street on 7th Street. Love coming into the office, talking with the agents. My job here is to kind of educate you guys on the services that we offer and how I can add value to your clients. My number one job is to make you look good and give your clients a positive experience. So just a little bit about us.
Yeah, I was going to ask that. Just listen.
So we started in 2014 at a couple parties at the time, just me. In 2020, started doing junk removal. Wanted to offer additional services to our clients. Everybody that's moving often needs junk removal as well, whether it's before, during, or after a transaction. I can't convince everybody that they should move. I know we all in this room would love that. The more people moving, the more transactions there are. But I can convince someone that they probably have shit to throw away in the basement, or at least someone's wife is easier to convince sometimes than the husband. But our job is to make things as smooth as possible. So everybody knows that moving sucks. No one here wants to physically pick up dressers all day long, so that's why we come in. We make life a lot easier when it comes to buying or selling a home. A lot of people think that moving doesn't start until you settle in a home that you've got to get from A to B. What I like to coach our agent partners with is getting us involved as early as possible. Once you go under contract is when I'd love to start talking with your clients. How often would you go on a listing agreement with your clients? How often do you guys see listings that are too cluttered up and it doesn't show as well? So if you get us involved early, we can come in before photographs, before it goes on the MLS, and we can declutter, whether it's storing it for future use down the road when they do move, donating, or just getting rid of stuff. The less clutter that is in a house for photography purposes and for open house purposes, the more value your clients are going to get. You know, we've done some research on this, and for every dollar that your clients would spend on decluttering a home, they're going to get $12 back on the sale price alone. Just from the ability to show better, it's more competition. It just appears better. So perception is everything when it comes to real estate. So if you spend $1,000 less, they're going to probably get at least 10, 15K more on their sale price, which means more commission in your pockets as well. Plus, it gives us a chance to explain the moving process to your clients early on. It gives us a chance to coach them on the timelines. We get a lot of calls, especially in the summertime, for a 3 or 4 bedroom move or bigger in a week. Like, you know, in June, July, and August, that's almost impossible for me to put together. So if I'm talking to your clients when the listing goes live, then I can explain to them the timeline, get them an estimate, get them on the calendar. It's easier for me to adjust and move it after I've got everything put out and ready to go. So that's where one call does solve it all. So by getting us in touch early, we can help them make a plan for packing as well, and even unpacking. You know, what I try to do is paint a picture to the clients, especially if they have young kids, of not having to lift a single finger. We come in, we will get rid of what needs to get rid of. We'll pack and box everything up in boxes. We'll move and store it, and then unpack it when it's ready to go. And we can do all that with deferred payments or 0% financing. So your clients don't have to come out of a penny in pocket if they're selling their home. We can put all of our costs on the altar. So we just send an invoice to you guys when we're finished. You guys put it on the settlement machine, and we'll get payment from the title company afterwards. All that can be done without an issue, and they literally just have to do nothing. So that's our plan, is to just add value, make it as simple as possible. Because packing stuff up, everybody thinks they're going to do it in stages. It never happens, and then it's 2 days before the move. People are stressed out. We know what we're doing. We can remove all the stress from the equation just by a simple phone call. We also offer 10% off to all of your clients as well. There's a cap to that, about $100, but you can defer that payment and get paid by the equity of your house. I mean, everyone that's selling a house right now is equity for the most part, unless you just bought it in the last 2 years. Even still, you probably have enough equity to not worry about it. We can explore doing this with buyer agents as well. It's a little bit trickier, but they're not able to roll that into the mortgage. But it can still come out of the settlement cost. So if they don't have to come out of pocket on moving day, it's already taken care of on the settlement sheets. And if we can set that expectation for them early, then they understand what their cost to close is, and it's all rolled in. And again, it feels like the move is free to them, which is important because they're not worrying about expenses. They're budgeting ahead of time, and it's all figured out well in advance. Moving is also a lot more about than just protecting the furniture. I don't want to just protect a wood piece of dresser or something like that with blankets and shrink wrap. We should protect the homes too. If you ever had a settlement where the walkthrough happened and the movers just fuck shit up, pardon my language, but the walls are dinged, the floors are scratched, whatever it may be, they might have broken light. I had that phone call. I've been doing this for 12 years. I hate them. It's stressful for everybody, and I can't just magically fix that right away. So that can take time to get repairs. And so we have a home protection program. We cover all the hardwood with neoprene floors. The steps are covered. The stairways are covered with cardboard. We try to go above and beyond. One, it just looks good. It's professional. Again, so my job is to make you guys look good. You guys are putting your necks on the line for us by referring us. One thing to refer a painter or an electrician, that's easy. You can't mess that up typically. But with moving, when it comes to moving, I'm literally taking possession of your client's entire life. There's a lot of risk to that, right? So it's hard for you guys to make a referral to someone that you can't trust. Because that can make you look, if I mess everything up, I'm gonna make you look better. We're all in the business of earning funds. It's the best way for us to grow our business. So my job when it comes to moving your clients is to make you guys look good, not just us. If I can make you guys look good, then that becomes a power that shows that you guys are powerful help with your clients. They're going to refer you to more people. If you put the more help you have to them, the more referrals we're all going to get. So that's why we go above and beyond when it comes to protecting the home as well. Same thing with our team. We don't just hire guys off the street from the Home Depot parking lot. We train everybody in-house. We have a warehouse with a test truck and a test home. So all our team gets to train as though they're in some client's home within our warehouse. And they learn how to wrap and carry furniture, learn how to load a truck before they ever go in that client's house. We use 99% W-2 employees. The only time we don't do W-2 employees is when we do packing and unpacking. We work with third-party professional organizers. We coordinate everything. We bring our professional partners in to pack everything up. Well, we arrange it all under one invoice, so clients don't have to worry about calling multiple people. We set up the introduction. We handle it all from start to finish. Again, that adds an extra level of value. Our guys can do the packing, but a professional organizer is going to do it that much better. And he's going to be labeled properly. We can even go as far as offering floor plans. If you guys work with 55 plus community people, they're downsizing. We have a special department just for downsizing. We can help coordinate floor plans for them because they have 6 bedrooms maybe moving into 1 or 2 bedroom. They don't know where they can fit. So we can coordinate floor plans for them at their new location and coordinate what goes and what doesn't. So that way we can make sure that all the logistics are being handled ahead of time. We talked about the power of referrals, talked about a little bit about the deferred payments. 0% financing is also an option. In 6 months, 0%. We can go longer with a bit of an interest rate as well. Not a lot of people take advantage of that. I'm not sure why, but if you don't have to pay anything out of pocket or interest, why not spread that out? Even if you have the money, it's still the velocity of money. If you guys are interested in finance, stuff like that, you can have your money do work for you and not worry about paying us. For Philly clients, it's a little bit harder, but if you guys have clients that are in suburbs, in the western suburbs, mainline area, we can offer free dumpster rentals to anyone that books packing services with us. Just a way to add a little bit of value, that way they can get rid of some stuff at their own pace. I don't care if they use it themselves or give it to their active sister or brother, it doesn't matter to me. Any one of your clients that it has to go, I can't get a dumpster permit in Philly, we can't bring them out to South Jersey. Anything with the western suburbs, we can offer free dumpster rental. That credit doesn't expire. This is a way to add a little bit of value for your business. Again, 10% off for our clients as well. That's a max of $500. And we do offer, we do a lot of out-of-state moves. Those can be $5, $10, $15, $20,000. I can't extend that discount beyond $500. Does anybody else ever do out-of-state buyers?
What do you mean?
Like you have buyers that are coming in from out of state.
Oh yeah, sure.
Yeah, so we can go get them too. So we don't just service the greater Philadelphia area. As long as you're starting or ending in the Philadelphia area, we can go, so someone's moving from Chicago into Philly, you can go get them. I can't move someone from Dallas to Oklahoma, so it has to start or end in this greater Philadelphia area. Anybody have any questions though? I don't have too much more to go over, I'm going to do some of our services too. So most of our services are local moving. That's A to B in the area. That's all charged by the hour. We offer packing services that I mentioned. We'll bring all the materials. So again, they don't have to go out and do anything at all. They just call us, schedule, we come out, and stuff. Senior downsizing, talked a little bit about that already. Storage, we just signed a lease, we're, starting tomorrow, we have a 16,000 square foot warehouse in Conshohocken. So it's centrally located, so if you guys have short or long-term storage needs for your clients, we can handle that as well. We also offer, if it's just a settlement issue, if you're settling on two homes within the same day or a day or two apart, we'll leave everything on the truck. If it's longer than that, then we'll unload it into our warehouse. We talked about long distance moving, as long as we start or ending here, we can handle that. That's all done by flat rate. We offer guaranteed pickup and delivery dates. A lot of companies don't do that. When it comes to long distance moving, if you have clients that are selling and moving out of state, just be warned that there are a lot of shitty companies out there. If it sounds too good to be true, it probably is. When someone says they can move you to South Carolina for $2,000, they're bullshitting you. They're going to get to South Carolina. They're going to make you pay the unload before they even start, and they're going to triple the price. And there's nothing that you can do about it. So it's always good. I'm always happy to review a contract that the client of yours has. I don't care if they use us or not. I just want to make sure that they get a reasonable service. There's a lot of predators out there, and there's nothing you can do. Your stuff's on their truck. They're not going to budge until you pay them. Pre-listed decluttering, we talked about that. Does that feel like something that could be valuable to you guys? Yeah, we're happy to offer that as early as possible. We also have mainline junk removal. So we do your traditional junk removal, whether it's a couch, a love seat that you want to replace, all the way up to the entire home. If you guys have hoarding clients that you're representing in some fashion, like the families, or just massive downsizing, they live in the home for 40 plus years. There's a lot of stuff that probably we're getting rid of. Doesn't matter how big or small it is, we offer junk removal of any kind. We talked about this a little bit, doing e-waste recycling events. So we want to get one of these set up for you guys. I think we talked about doing it down in the park, right?
Yeah, so I was talking to Tori about it. It'll probably be either September or October.
Okay.
But yeah, we still want to do FDR. That's still the plan.
Cool. Do you know if that'll be on a weekday? Or weekend?
Weekday, yeah.
Okay, perfect. If you have a couple weekend events already, I can always do something on the weekend, but weekdays are easy.
Yeah.
There's no limit to that. So yeah, what that would mean is we'll set up a day, we'll bring a truck or two down to wherever we figure out your clients or your people you're trying to network with or market to, and bring whatever they want to us. We'll take it for free. Old printers, VCR. You'd be surprised what people still have. It's pretty funny when you'll see these printers that are something you can't buy anymore, but you can't get rid of it. So we'll take it for you. Depending on what it is, it might be a small charge, but it's a good way. We'll offer that service for free. It's a good way for you guys to get your names out for prospecting purposes. We do donations too. Our job is to not just pick it up and throw it out. It's cheaper for me to even to donate. So I want to make sure everything is getting a second chance. Like a lot of stuff that people want to get rid of is great, but one man's trash, another man's treasure. That's very true in our world. We've had guys that have furnished their homes in the last 10 years from people just donating their stuff to the movers. So we try to get everything to like a Goodwill, Habitat for Humanity, to make sure that people that need that stuff can get it at a discounted price and buy it brand new.
I have a question on that.
Sure.
I know we were just in here with class yesterday for him who had been doing some moves and stuff like that, and when he was taking all this stuff out, he was doing like the green credit donations for getting rid of some of that stuff. Do you guys do any of that stuff where you try and get like credits back on any of these?
So we'll coordinate the donation receipt, so then we'll send that back to your client. If we know that's what we're doing in advance, then we'll bring, if they've already have their specific donation place, then we'll coordinate like how they want. If they don't, then we'll go to Goodwill or something like that, and we'll get that receipt and we'll send that back to you guys.
Thank you.
Yeah, because that's a tax write-off.
Yeah, exactly.
So you might as well take advantage of it.
Right.
It's not going to break the bank, but free money is free money.
Yeah.
Do estate cleanouts. If you work with estate clients, we can clean that out. We can move it. Again, all those services can be paid by the estate at the time of settlement. Those sometimes require a deposit, depending on how big the job is, because estate sales can sometimes take a little bit longer than your traditional sales. But I'll talk to you guys depending on the scope of the job. If you guys think a job needs a lot of work up front, but it might not close for 3 or 4 months, I might have to put a small deposit down, but I'm going to work with everybody to do it as cost effectively as possible. We do a demolition, so whether it's interior or exterior, if you guys have suburban clients that have rotted sheds or broken down swing sets, you don't want those when people are coming in to look at a house to buy it. We can get rid of all those items for you as well, whether it's fencing, hot tub, it doesn't matter what it is, we can handle that removal for you. Same thing with interior demo. If you've got investor clients, we can take any house down to the studs. As long as it's not structural, I can't tear down a house, I can't tear down structural walls and fill it, it really matters. Very few structural walls, except for the, the envelope, but we can get anything out, whether it's just a kitchen or a bathroom or the entire home, and we can manage that for you as well. We do offer dumpster rentals, but we can't do them down in Philly just because it's not cost effective for us, so I can't price it well, so we don't even offer that. If anybody wants a dumpster rental, we have those too. Anybody here on the commercial side? Mostly residential. If you have landlord, people, or partners, we can come in and do property cleanouts for them as well in between tenants. We try to do it as quickly as possible, prioritize those because nobody knows in property management or leasing, time's money. We want to get you guys, put the properties back to a rentable condition as soon as possible. We do all full commercial office decommissions and moving as well, if you guys work on the commercial side. So that's one-stop shop, we can get rid of everything. A lot of people don't want what if they're moving to a new office, they don't want what they already have, but they get rid of it, we can come in and take care of that. Or we can do a full-scale move as well. We just left, you guys work with iFund Cities at all on the investor side? They're a commercial lender on the investor side, and we just did a site visit for their move, a little bit. Some frequently asked questions we get is when should you book? My goal is to get in as early as possible. Upon the listing agreement is the best time for me to start talking to you. Worst case scenario, when that clients go under agreement of sale, that's definitely when we should start talking to people. You don't want to wait towards settlement. Best way to contact us is what we get a lot of is real estate agent will message me, hey, I gave your number to so and so. I obviously appreciate that. That's great. But how often have you given a to-do to your clients, like whether it's called to the title company, get your homeowner's insurance figured out? They don't always act as quickly as you might like them. So the best thing to do is to put us on a text or an email together. Let us be the nag to get them going. And we're going to do it professionally. I'm not going to bother them, but I'm going to be able to keep up with them. We've got a full sales team that manages a follow-up system that makes sure that we're getting in touch with them as much as possible until we get the information we need to get past them. I wish I could help you with some of the other settlement steps there too, but if you tell me what you want me to ask them, I can do that for you. How much is the cost? Everything's different. I've got a pricing sheet here. I think there's a flyer on here that's priced on the back that will show just basic pricing. So if your clients are wondering how much a move costs, you can look at that and give them an idea of where a move cost starts. A lot of people might go under contract for a home or list their home but not know where they're going yet. That's fine. You still can give them an estimate based on different criteria and what they have, because that stuff's not going to change. I'd rather get that estimate to them and then come back with a date or fill in the blanks later on. Specialty services, so we'll break down things like beds, dining room tables, and stuff on our own. If you have the heavy gym equipment, more fancy artwork, we can work to get all things broken down or created with a third-party partner that will manage all those things. So again, the goal is to not have your clients lift a finger, make sure everything's protected and ready to go. We do accept cash, check, or credit. We do also now accept Venmo. What else do we have? That's about it. Any questions? Here's the pricing, just if you're curious. Pricing has gone up a little bit on the jumbo side, but it's still like the multi-percent in there. So our minimum is $200. That covers a quarter of the jump, so it's still a good nice size. Moves can be as little as 500. There's no limit. We're doing a move next week. That's 4 days. That's like $27,000. It's 2 days of packing, 2 days of moving. That's a massive 6-bedroom house that's out in the suburbs. It's an estate level home. So everything can vary. And we're going to give everybody a personalized quote and move plan just to make sure that we're all in good shape. You can follow us on Pat Moves from Clean on Instagram. This is a way to get in touch with us as well. So the website is simple, suburbansolutions.com and junk.com. All I got for you. Any questions about it?
So it's funny because Connor actually, Leah Johnson, the agent that you work with, it was her grandmother's property.
Yep.
Yeah, so she was looking for, to pay at closing because that was a big deal for her. And
Sure.
That's a big deal for a lot of agents, especially newer agents who are doing like more lower income.
Sure.
But she asked Connor relayed that information to me, and then I went straight to you. So it just worked out that way. That so that's But I know he already talked about it, but working with your clients who don't have the means to pay for a junk removal or moving up front, great service to give them, right? That looks good on you as an agent, not just, you're doing, Patrick's getting business out of it, but if you're able to provide that to a client, that looks good for you, right?
Right.
So always keep that in mind.
The more value you guys can add, the more impressed they're going to be, the more they're going to talk about you, the more they're going to refer you to your friends. And I mean, you guys all know if you get a referral, the likelihood of converting that into a customer is 15 times higher than if you just get a lead off the street, right? Like that's word of mouth referrals is so valuable. So my job is to just wow everybody to the point where they're like, holy shit, never thought the mover would be enjoyable. We can make our guys are trained to looking for tips, right? So they know how to make it fun for their clients. Everybody that's moving is stressed out. They're worried about getting into the new home. They don't feel like they're moving. So we make it fun, make it enjoyable, and we just want to make you guys something.
What's one of the biggest projects you guys had to do? Either on the move side or
we just Upper Darby's renovating their entire school district system. So it took us about an $85,000 job. We had to remove everything from the entire school. About 25% of it was stored.
Wow.
And we're just moving it all back now. It was about 6 days to get it all out. 36 metal dumpsters, recycling dumpsters, another 20 trash dumpsters.
Wow.
We had about 20 people there a day for 5 days. And then moving it back was a lot easier. That only took 2 days. But I mean, where's
how do you present it to the client? He won't feel like, oh, I don't want to be spending all this money. How do you present? I want to move you. It won't be stressful, but the people don't want to spend.
Sure.
Right?
So the first thing I ask the client when I'm introducing the home is what's most important to you? Is it the cost? Is it the time? Or the moving date? Is it the effort? And then I base it on, if they say cost, it's okay, well, it's going to cost $1,500. What is that value? Is it worth it to you to not have to lift a finger? Because we're going to take care of that. What are your other options? Do you want everything moves safely from A to B? Sure, you can save $500 by hiring 2 guys in the U-Haul, but they're not going to wrap and protect everything. They're not going to make sure your home is safe and sound. They're not going to take the time to do it properly. Right, so you pay for what you get in this world. So if someone asks about cost, I'm going to just explain to them, hey, this is what we're going to cost. This is what you can get and save money. If that's okay with you, that's fine. I don't mind that. But I want to explain to them what they're getting for the money. They're going to get customer service. We have a customer service team from 7 a.m. to 8 p.m. If they ever have any questions, there's always somebody available to answer the phone calls. Because there's a lot of questions that people have. Hey, can you do this? Can you do that? So what about this? We're here to make it easy for you.
We do a South Jersey with
All the time. Yeah, so I'm hoping to have, now that I've got the warehouse, that was step one. I've got 2 goals in the early part of this year. One, get a warehouse, 2, open up in South Jersey. So I hope to have South Jersey location pinpointed by the spring of next year, but we still are in South Jersey at least 3 or 4 or 5 times a week, just from our office to advertise. So I want to get my moving license and just have it be easier for me to service it. And then I have Havertown in South Jersey and then Philly's right in the middle, so then we can service Philly from either location. Make it a lot easier for all our clients.
Yeah, that's for sure.
All right.
Cool.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
Outside here, I've got cards I can give to you if you'd like.